What up, guys? Wanted to jump on the Low Snap podcast here and talk about who I think is going to make the college football playoffs, because college football started today. However, no major games were played. I was kind of bored, kind of disappointed. Can't wait for Ohio State and Oklahoma. I think it's Oregon State. Yeah, Oregon State, and then Michigan is playing Notre Dame. Huge game. But I wanted to talk about my four teams I think are going to make it to the college football playoff. And I think number one, no surprise here, is Alabama. I think the freshman with the really long name, or the now sophomore with the really long name, is going to take over. Tua Tagovailoa, something or other like that. He showed he is leaps and bounds ahead of Jalen Hurts, and that's all I really have to say. They would not have won the game if they didn't put him in. Alabama, I'm not concerned with who they lost. They always reload. So I have Alabama at number one, probably going undefeated throughout the year. And then next, at the number two spot, I actually have Clemson. I would have had Georgia here, but with the injury to Jake Fromm, the quarterback from last year, that is a little bit in doubt. I don't think they get away with having two stellar seasons with starting a freshman quarterback. So I have them down, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they got in. Next up, at number three, I actually have the winner of the Big Ten, Ohio State. And I know that there is a whole lot of controversy with Ohio State right now. The whole Urban Meyer thing just ended. Not going to comment on that. If you'd like to know my thoughts, I have some videos on my channel about that. But I think they use it as motivation. Ohio State has a chance. The first three games that Urban is suspended, they play Oregon State, Rutgers, and then TCU. TCU is really their only challenge. I believe they get by the Horned Frogs, and Urban Meyer comes back, and honestly, he used this as motivation. Everyone on ESPN counted him out, said he should be fired. A lot of people on Fox Sports did it as well. He used it as motivation. What better way to silence your critics than to make them talk about you for a full 15, 16 weeks? That's huge, guys. I think Ohio State runs the table, does really well, and gets it. I have them at my number three spot. And number four, surprisingly, is another Big Ten team, Wisconsin. I think, some people had Penn State winning the Big Ten. I don't see it after losing Saquon Barkley and tight end Mike Gesicki. They're hurting. Their offensive line was never really that good anyway, so I think having a less talented back than Saquon Barkley hurts them. I do like Trace McSorley, but I have Wisconsin. They are returning so many starters along the offensive line. I think it was four, maybe the whole offensive line actually. But Alex Hornibrook, who is getting some looks at quarterback by NFL teams, and then you do have sophomore running back Jonathan Taylor as well. And they always play tough defense. No, I don't really know any of their defenders by name, but Wisconsin is always a tough-nosed team, really tough to play. They will ground you, they will pound you. They're a tough team, and I think they get in as well. Who knows? Could they pull spoiler like Ohio State did the first year the college football playoff happens, beat Alabama, and go to the championship game? Could be interesting to see. That's my prediction, guys. And really, with the Ohio State thing, they have a great roster, no matter who's coaching them for those 3 games. I think they get in. And I know a lot of controversy will come about me picking 2 Big Ten teams, but I see it. A lot of the SEC, they play lackluster teams outside of their conference schedule, and a lot of their conference teams aren't that good either. So I think that hurts them. Only one team gets in from that, it being Alabama, who, you know how the national media and everyone feels about Alabama. Let me know what your guys' picks are. I'm sticking with it. It's Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and Wisconsin gets in by the skin of their teeth at that number 4 spot. What do you guys think? Let me know. Comment below. Thanks, guys.